What up, my G's? So these, alright, these little pieces of paper that folded up ridiculously small. Um, are basically notes that I've done in hospital. Um, so it just explains each day and how I found things, and let's talk about it. Let's have a little chat about it. So day one, I could not eat. I woke up from surgery and every time they brought food in the room, I was like, no, take it away, don't want it, don't want it. And that lasted approximately a day and a half. Uh, and it, do you know what though? Right, pain was okay. I had this little button next to me, which was like my best friend at this point in time. I felt if I felt any kind of pain, and it was more of a tightness type of pain, like it was like slightly intense. I'd press the button, and then the next minute it was like pain. I'm asleep. Pain. I'm asleep. And yeah, that's how I dealt with that. So that was quite easy going. I would advise in the first as you're taking that in the first couple of days, just try and like ease down on it. Like, so on my first day, I took it every hour, every single hour. Press that button. I just didn't want to feel what I felt when I like the first half an hour of waking up. Um, and then day two, day two felt like my usual self. I felt okay. I was like, yes, I'm on top of the world. I feel good. Halfway through that day, I just felt like crap again. I felt very nauseous. I yeah, I just didn't feel good. Didn't feel good. All I wanted to do was sleep. The nurse did actually inform me a few days later. All I did for practically 2 days was sleep. So I woke up, had a bit of food, felt a little bit sicky after the food, and then dinner was just an no go. I was like, don't want it. Um, day three. Day three was. Let me have a little read. Yeah. So day three was the first day of my physio. So we went back a little bit. Physio on day two was literally just doing leg raises. Just trying to lift my legs, so keep that circulation in your legs is very important. Day three, I did my first actual session of physio. So I was having to get up. It was quite difficult to get out of bed because you lose your balance, you lose the feel in your legs a little bit. Um, you like it's like you're learning how to use your legs properly again. And then I had one crutch and I had to walk over to the door and then back again. Um, so I literally walked on my door back into my bed, and then he had said to me, "Do you want to give it another go?" So, do I? Do I not? So, anyways, I did. I got up and I walked down the corridor to the first set of doors, and he said to me, "Do you want to go any further?" To me, yes, I wanted to. I wanted to go so much further, and then I thought, do I push it? My legs are already tight. What do I do? And now I want to go back to bed. That's what I want more. So I went back in the room, like sat me on the chair. I sat on the chair, then it hit me, and I was like, like, I really don't feel good at the moment. I I went really white. Um, they told me, they said like, Luke, you look as white as the sheets. So yeah, that wasn't very good. And then the nurses gave me an anti-sickness pill, and I felt okay within 15 minutes or something. 15-20 minutes, felt like back to my normal self. But I didn't like sitting. I just it just felt weird. Didn't like it whatsoever. Ended up back in bed half an hour later. Um, and then day four, physio went really well. It did. I walked right up to the corridor and I was like, "Can we go into the gym?" Not today. um, so he just basically said to me, "Let's get the form of you walking back," because it was more like a waddle rather than a form. I got I succeeded in my form of walking. Ended up back to the walked down the corridor back to the room, but we walked like the other way. So I walked a little bit further, came back up to the room, and he said to me, "You can go into the gym tomorrow if you feel like tomorrow." I said, "Okay." Went into the gym the next day, done the steps, uh, and yeah, I was able to walk up and down the steps. Now the downfall that I had, I got discharged a day early, alright, by a different surgeon. I got discharged a day early. Went back to the hotel room and my leg started bleeding. Um, Ended up back in hospital where it was. There wasn't enough pressure on the bandage, so that had got fixed. Um, and then I went back to the hotel. Woke up 3:30 in the morning with like quite a bit of blood around me. And I'm not saying this to scare anyone out of having the surgery. I'm just saying like the point of things. They're professionals. They're able to fix what's going on. So just put your faith into them because they are absolutely brilliant. Um, so yeah, as I say, I went back and like I don't actually they didn't actually know what was going on. So the surgeon came down here, I had to look at my leg, and what it was just a tiny little nick in my leg, and it wouldn't stop bleeding. That's all it was. So they said, right, okay, when they pack it, if it bleeds again, I'd have to go back to get fixed. So I was like, okay, why do you think it's bleeding so much? And what had actually happened was when they take they're supposed to take layers of muscle for the surgery for the phallus. They're supposed to take like layers of muscles. They didn't. They took a dip, so they ended up taking a dip in my leg. And then when they had done that, that's what like bugged me up really, because the pressure of the bandage is on, but then if you got that dip, there's no pressure there. Do you know what I mean? So you got the dip here, there's no pressure for it to stop the bleeding. So that's what the issue actually was. So I stayed in another night, and the bleeding has stopped. It was all okay. I then went to I then went back to the hotel the day after, stayed there for a few hours just to make sure, because when you go back out of the area, you then can't go back to that same hospital. You've got to go back to an NHS hospital, and they don't really know the ins and outs of everything like up north. Um, so I'd stayed there for a few hours. Everything was okay. Came home, but the only issue was all that physical work. I ended up on crutches, so I was using my crutches for a little while, and now I can walk brilliantly. So I'm really happy with myself with that. So yeah, guys, that is the journey so far of each day in hospital and how I felt. And like when I was able to walk the first time we were doing the physio, it felt like an accomplishment. I was like, wow, like it's just unbelievable of having that to be able to be taken away from you to you regaining it. It is an accomplishment, and then having it taken away from you again, it was like, yes, I can walk a little bit, but I'm waddling. So, guys, just make sure that you keep up with your exercises, keep your blood circulating, and stay positive, because positivity gets you through it. The physical side of things, the pain, the nauseous, and anything like that is okay. It's not that bad. But the mental side of things, that's when it hits you a little bit. You've just got to stay strong, stay positive. They're there for you, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story. I know it wasn't the best. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm honest, but we got there in the end, and I hope you're all okay. Love you all. Peace on the streets. Peace out, guys.